2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Thunder out in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, one thing we know, they feel they match up well in this contest. It's obviously an opponent they're confident going up against. We won't have to wait long to see if that confidence is well-founded. And you often hear about the on-court intensity of some of the all-time greats, guys like Kobe and Jordan, but they'll tell you that Russell Westbrook has that same edge to his game. Guys, how does that work to his advantage?
He's always had the utmost confidence in himself. It bleeds out of him. You see the confidence. And in any question that you had about his leadership has been answered right now.
I agree with that. And one thing I like about his game is he looks for a way to take over the game from start to finish.
And he's made popular a new statistical category.
Which is?
Triple Russells.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, I like that, Ernie. You got two of them, right?
I stole it from someone.
But that's okay. It sounds better coming out of your mouth.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem performer, Linda Lind, and we're getting ready to go. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's getting noisy here in Oklahoma City. We're at the Peak, the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder. Let's get a quick pregame. Thank you, David. Two teams tonight that love to get out and run. Brent, talk about some of the keys to being effective in the transition game.
Well, one part about transition, Kevin, is the first couple steps that anybody takes to get out on the break. I mean, there is a skill to running hard in transition, and then secondarily, getting wide in the lane. So many coaches are yelling at their players about creating space by getting to the sidelines as quickly as possible. Those two things can make you pretty dynamic in the open floor.
And now Washington's starting group. The deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Porter in at the 3 spot. Wall against Westbrook. And Wall. Here we go now. Over Westbrook. It's hauled in by Adams. Here's Oklahoma City. Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Washington on D. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Here's the 3. Washington with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. That's short off the rim. Here's Oklahoma City now. Outside, George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Wizards making a switch here. Oubre's checked in, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
He is a big guy, and Gortat doesn't play the finesse game. This is a guy who's all about strength. Forget about laying it up there. He's going to take the power approach.
Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Wizards have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Beal, that's for 2. And that one hits back iron.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
No one near him. Morris with the rebound.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Beal, the pass to Wall. Tries it from 19, and that one drops.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Pass to Gortat. Outside, Beal. Shoots, and so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Steven Adams. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. And Chris Dunn's subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt. But they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be, what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Grant, that's good.
Well, he's such an athletic forward. Absorbing contact is something that he's learning to do, getting much better at it.
Now here's Beal. He's covered closely. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Brett, what about moving without the ball? Who are some of the guys that, beyond just doing it, do it with great effectiveness?
The first guy that comes to mind is J.J. Redick. Old school, in the vein of Reggie Miller, running off of multiple screens with those scattered short steps to get himself on balance, square himself up, and knock shots down. J.J. Redick, Ray Allen, Kyle Korver. Great players who really, in a dying art of scoring off of the screen, have tremendous fundamentals.
Rip Hamilton, too, would always run around and take advantage of those screens, and I can see him running in my mind's eye right now.
Great call, Kevin. I often read the back of Rip Hamilton's jersey because I could not catch up with the guy.
Good on the second free throw.
And really, the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebounding.
Wizards trail by 3. And it's Paul George with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. But very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for George. Screen by Smith. Here's Frazier, and Grant sends it back, and they'll keep possession. And another miss by Washington. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. He dishes it to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. And here's Meeks, looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Smith, to the paint. Here's Mahinmi, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Washington shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And it's Grant in the corner. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And there's the pass to Abrinas. Here's Kristen. He can't get it to go. Now Meeks poked away. The dive for the ball. Abrinas. The shot, no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Wizards lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw game.
Patterson the 4 with Canner in the middle. Then there's Grant, and it's Kristen in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's Mahinmi. Buries it down low. And the Wizards lead by 1.
and another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Cantor dishes to Patterson. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Patterson. Cantor's got his second basket of the game.
With a number of go-to moves and a soft touch, Cantor can crush you inside.
And then it's Cantor, Brent, a guy not really known for his defense.
Well, the league loves two-way players, and this Cantor might be a one-way player, Kevin, but that's okay. That offense is so good and so dynamic, and they like to pair him up alongside Steven Adams if they can to provide the Stash Brother lineup for this team.
And Patterson kicks to Kristen. Grant against Porter.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Andre Robertson comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Chris Dunn. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi. Markieff Morris comes in for Jason Smith. Bradley Beal's checked in for Meeks. And John Wall subbed in for Frazier. Westbrook kicks to Robertson. There's the triple. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. And it's Wall in the corner. Here's Gortat. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Paul George, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable. Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Westbrook against Wall. Pass to Morris. Shoots over Cantor. Oh, yes, the turnaround. And the Wizards lead by 3.
And man, can that guy shoot a turnaround jumper or what? Almost an impossible shot to defend.
George. Rebound by the Wizards.
And those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Offensive rebound. Robertson gets the bucket.
And Robertson's activity down there and the long arms stretch out to help collect a second chance opportunity.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
And you won't see a lot of blocks out of Cantor, but there he uses his bulk and length to affect the shooter's rhythm.
Here's Westbrook. He's off on that one. And Washington the other way now. All with it, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his third foul of the game.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
There's a screen by Gortat. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's a bad turnover right there, but aside from that one, I think they've done a good job controlling the pace and the ball during the game.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Westbrook. He can't hit that time. Wall with some nice D. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
Get going.
1:51 left in the first half of basketball. The 19-foot shot. Yep, that one goes. Wall's got 6.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
And Wall kicks to Morris. And Adams sends it back. Here's Robertson. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
In the corner, Gortat with it. And the wide open shot from Morris. Again, the miss by Morris.
Right now, he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
And Adams with the slam.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
There's a screen by Gortat. To the inside, Beal, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Patterson comes in for Enes Kanter, and Alex Abrinas subbed in for Roberson. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Jason Smith comes in for Morris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Frazier in for John Wall. Here's George. Makes it off the glass. George has got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
It's Beal on the wing, defended by George. Frazier the pass to Beal. Shot clock at 5. Smith sets the pick for Beal. Off the pick. No good. In and out. Off the rim. Patterson. No good. Shot missing. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
The 2K